chair whanau, no my hockey my kite channel, and you are back in the house with your boy Reaper, representing Tino Gaming, and this is my first gameplay commentary of the year whanau 2018. My actual first video was a 100 plus supply drop opening. Check it out in the description if you haven't seen it yet. Link will be in there waiting for you. But I was lucky enough to unbox this grease gun, this brandy variant, man. I don't know if it's heroic or if it's epic, but it is cool. I really like it. And I got this gameplay tonight, man, here on London Darks. And I found a lot of noobs tonight, man. Ever since Christmas, the lobbies have been pretty good. Pretty consistent, but, you know, there's the odd sweaty lobby as well, man. So I'm not going to be talking about anything in particular tonight, whanau. Not really going to be talking about the gameplay, although I do hope you enjoy it in the background. I was going for 30-1, but I ended up going 30-2, so it's not too bad of a score if I don't say so myself. But I've just got 10 quick points I want to run over whanau in tonight's gameplay commentary. I want to try and bust out a few videos over the next couple of weeks, try and get it into a bit of a routine. But anyway, whanau, my first point of 10 here on my list that I've compiled was the Winter Siege event. What did I think of the Winter Siege event? It wasn't too bad, man. I like the idea, I like the concept. It freshens the game up a little bit, keeps you playing. You know, there's new weapons were obviously added, and I like the GPMG the most. I've got some good gameplay with that gun. The Sten's not too bad, and I'm not a big fan of semis, so I'm not going to be using the korero, whatever it's called, 40 too much. But the GPMP is pretty nice if you know how to use it. But the idea of events and different supply drops coming to the game, I like it. And the first event, we could earn the weapons, so it's a good start to the year at Sledgehammer. Keep it up, man. Keep it up with the good work with the events. And I'm looking forward to the next one, Resistance. We'll get to Resistance DLC pack in a minute, whanau. Number 2 here on my list, the Logan Paul incident. And I'm not going to spend too much time on this, whanau, but when I do think of this incident, you should all know about it by now. But when I think of this incident, I think of net neutrality and net neutrality repeal, man. So over in the States, they're trying to repeal net neutrality. They're trying to change the internet from what it currently is to a more a different format. But we're pretty comfortable with the internet currently, right? We're pretty comfortable, and no one wants it to change. So the internet has been demonized through this Logan Paul story. The mainstream media are all over it. And the timing is just ominous for me, whanau. I mean, with net neutrality and the referendum, I think, happening last year, December 16 or something, over in the States, the timing of the story is just pretty ominous, man. Don't be surprised if the powers that be have picked up on it, you know, to try and support net neutrality. This incident and the swatting incident with the wager match gone wrong a few weeks ago, both of those stories helped to demonize the internet in its current form, at least, and the timing is just ominous. The fallout from here on after is going to be very interesting, so that's what I'm more interested in. I'm going to be watching the fallout, how it's going to play out a little bit politically, I guess. Moving on, whanau. Number 3, World War II best map, and I'm going to say it's this map right here, man, London Docks. I really like the way this map plays, especially in free-for-all. You know, you can play with SMGs, you can play with rifles, you can play with shotguns, you can be effective with any weapon, I feel, and it's really nice for flanking and hitting enemies from the side. The spawns work really well, and the setting's really nice too, man. I just like this map. The way it looks, like I said, the setting, and just the way it plays. Really, really cool map, man. And obviously, snipers work anywhere, so long range and short range, so it's a map that caters to all gaming styles, I feel. Number 4, whanau, World War II worst map. And I don't have Quarantine, whanau, because I don't have Season Pass, but I got a chance to play Winter Quarantine during the Winter Siege event, and it is god awful, man. I'm glad I don't have that map. I would be voting to skip it every single time. I don't like that map at all. Number 5, whanau, World War II's biggest problem. Now, other than the sniping, if you missed my sniping commentary, I will leave that also in the description below. My last video about sniping. Other than that, penalised for movement, man. So footsteps, I think, need to be nerfed a little bit in terms of how loud they are, and sprint out time also needs to be buffed for SMGs and probably rifles as well. I don't remember Call of Duty penalising movement so much, and I don't really like it. Number 6, whanau, Jive Turkey 600 says, snipers should be balanced via increased flinch when hit. Not in those exact words, whanau, but he pretty much agrees with the point that I make in my video. That's in the link below, my sniping commentary, so check that out if you want to. Jive Turkey 600 also says that that's a good idea. He wasn't agreeing with me, he just said it, and I just happened to watch the video. I can't remember that video, which one it was, but shout out to Jive Turkey. He's a low-key commentator that I watch, and he's really cool, man. I really like him. DLC 1 Resistance number 7. It's absolutely pathetic, whanau. I don't play war, so I'm really unhappy with 3 maps and 1 being a remake. I think that's absolutely disastrous. Activision is just another scummy corporation at the end of the day, fun. Number 8, PPSH versus MP40, and I like the MP40, man, especially after the recent buff. I don't go too well with the PPSH at all. Number 9, World War II after 2 maps. After 2 months. It is due a map injection, man. We need some fresh maps, some fresh content, and the Resistance maps are just around the corner. Crossing my fingers that they're good, man. Hoping to God that the event is good and we get some new guns and some new maps, man. That'd be cool. And 10th, whanau, last but not least, FrazzierBoyy versus Jimmy Dean. Fuck Jimmy Dean, fuck Camper Nation, nerd life, bitch. There's the gameplay, whanau. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know down in the comment section what you want to see next. It's your boy Reaper, and I'm out. Church whanau. Peace.